All right, welcome back to the Driver Ranch. Sorry, I was just drinking a little Monster there. In this enclosure is the California Kingsnake. It's a little hatchling that I bought at the last reptile show. I love this little guy. Very friendly, from what I have experienced with him at least. I'm going to go ahead and pull him out, and I'm going to let you see him. I was thinking he was under his hide. I'm looking there, but I see a whole tunnel in the aspen that goes to the other side. So I don't think he's in that one. So this just helps the lid stay. It latches in the back, but it comes with it, so I use it. No big deal. We've got our hot shot on top, which helps keep away mites and all these little bugs and everything else. We just buy the big ones and then we cut them up and put them on top of all the enclosures. Especially with colubrids, they do not go in the enclosure. That can really hurt them. So we just put them on top of all of our enclosures, and that's that. So I'm going to take his hide out. He's not under there. His other favorite spot is the cold side. So he's probably under this leaf here. Yep, there he is. Woo, woo. Yeah, buddy. He's already wagging his tail, doing the tail thing. Here he goes. All right, he's peeing on me again. That's like 4 times now this snake has peed on me. I haven't held him in a few days because he had eaten. It was his first time eating with us. So, you gonna do the tail thing again? Look at this. Look at this guy. Look, he's a little feisty right now. He's wiggling around a lot. He normally doesn't do that, but he's settled into his enclosure now, and like I said, he has eaten as well. But oh man, I believe he's a high white, if I'm noticing that correctly. It seems like California Kings are a little feisty from what I have done research on, and from several other keepers and breeders that I have talked to. They say California Kings, for some reason, they're just a little aggressive, but this dude is so tiny, he can't do nothing to me. So I'm trying to really work with him. I don't know if you see his tail going there, right below my hand. They do that and they try to rub it or smack it on like different things to make a sound, almost like they are a rattlesnake, just to kind of give them another form of defense there. So these are non-venomous snakes as well. I don't know how much you know about California Kings, and that's okay. I'm here to tell you what I know, at least. But they're non-venomous, and their bites don't hurt when they're this small. They're just tiny. I did have a California King. It was not mine. I didn't own it, but I seen it at the store where we do all of our reptile shopping usually, as well as buy our feeders and stuff. And it just latched onto the sleeve of my hoodie. He bit it, and he latched on, and he stayed there. He would not let go. We were able to get him released off of there, though. He was just a little bit bigger than this one, not by much, though. So easy. In the last video, or in one of the videos, I had showed Skinwalker how he was not head shy whatsoever, and we try to work with all of our snakes, and this one will be no different. We will be working with him to get him to where he is not head shy. Now, this is not one that I will let go of here at the desk. I'm not going to set him down and just not touch him, because they are fast. Colubrids, man, they will run away from you so quick. They're like a teenager just turned 18 and they want to move out. They're gone. But I love this snake. When I held him at the reptile show, he was just so calm and just so nice. I'm like, I have to. And the price on him, it was absolutely amazing. I could not pass it up for something like this. I don't know if it was like an end of show special. It was around the time that the show was ending, and you know, my wife and I, we were there all day because, you know, we helped run a table at the show. And I didn't even know that there was a table over there that had a whole bunch of these guys. And I held one that was a female, kind of similar. I think she was more of an albino. I held her, really liked her, but I held him, and man, something about just the colors and the pattern. It is just, he's such a beautiful snake. And I'll tell you what I paid for him. $50. $50 for this guy. I was blown away. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I know California Kings usually aren't that expensive to begin with, but $50? Come on. I could not pass that up at all. But let me see if I can get his face up here on camera a little closer for you. You gonna show yourself? There you are. Now he's wiggling around a lot. I'm not really moving, so that's all him. But just a beautiful, beautiful snake. He hasn't struck at me. I know it kind of looks like he is, but he's really flailing around. But he has not once struck at me, and he's not. He hasn't bit me. So feeding him, believe it or not, was a little tough because he looked past the food on the tongs, and he tried climbing up the tongs just to come say hi to me. And it took him a second to realize, oh, hey, there's food there. And he ended up taking it. So, but I'm really starting to get into colubrids a lot more. And I'm going to also be getting a leucistic Texas rat snake. I haven't bought her yet. I do have her on hold, so I will be buying her at some point, and you will see her. But she's also a beautiful snake as well. So you got to stay tuned to the channel if you want to see that. She's about the same size as this guy here. I don't have a name for him yet, and I just don't know what to name him. I thought about just naming him California, and that just be it. Just California. Well, now you're staring at me. Is that your name? Is that what you like? Look. I know you can't see him, but he is like just locked on. I don't know. I don't know what to name him. What do y'all think? Leave a comment with what you think I should name this guy. I don't know. I like the name California, just being what it is. But I am real big into, I don't know what you'd call it, different supernatural things. And I have Skinwalker, I have Wendigo, Utah, which Utah is only because, I don't know if you guys watch Skinwalker Ranch at all, but it's the ranch in Ogden, Utah, where there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens there. And it's believed that there is a spirit of a Skinwalker running around Skinwalker Ranch. It's how it got its name, that there was a curse put on the land and everything. And I am just obsessed with stuff like that. So I have Utah in reference to Skinwalker Ranch. I also have Bigfoot. Stuff like that I'm like real into. So I'm trying to come up with, do I do another name of that? Because I also have that Texas rat snake that I'm going to be getting. When I say I mean we, like the driver range. You know, my wife, our kids. You know, it's really for all of us. But whoever picks it out is kind of like it's theirs in a way. And like this guy here, he's still just staring at me. And his tongue is going. And which some of the tongue flicks are real short. Some of them are a lot longer, where they're just really going, because that's usually them just wanting to explore, and they're, you know, they're fine with that. The real short ones, that's where they're trying to smell for food. But I've gotten real big into, see his tail? You don't have to protect yourself around me, you know that? I love you. You know I love you? Have I convinced you I love you? Now you're going the other way now. But real big into colubrids right now, which is strange because like when you get into this hobby, you'll see if you start breeding and selling and stuff, you'll see where like ball pythons will have their high. They've got their moment. And then all of a sudden, ball pythons go down and, you know, hog noses are up. You know, those are the ones that are very popular. And then sometimes it's corn snakes and rat snakes and all those different little colubrids and everything. And then all of a sudden it's crested geckos, which seems like right now it's real big. Crested geckos are huge right now at the time of filming here. Just everybody's wanting crested geckos. Everybody's got a crested gecko. They have their highs, they have their lows. And whoops, and that's just how it is. And right now, I strongly believe that some of these guys are on their low. That's why they're as cheap as they are right now. If I can give you some advice, please, I have nothing against pet stores. Okay, like PetSmart, Pet Supplies Plus, whatever other ones are even out there. I don't have a problem with them. But please don't buy an animal from them. Especially a reptile. They're not kept in proper enclosures with proper heating, humidity. They put lights on their snakes. That's not good for them. It stresses them out. They don't have eyelids. They can't blink. It dries up the humidity, dries them up, makes it harder for them to shed. There's a whole plethora of reasons of why you shouldn't put lights on your snakes. I know a lot of people do, but it's not good for them to have like a heat lamp. You know, they absorb heat better from the belly. That's why we do heat mats underneath. You can always use a like a ceramic heat emitter on top to give them heat, but this isn't that type of video right now. When you buy a snake from a pet store, you don't know what you're getting. You know, you'll see the sign. It's like, oh, fancy ball python, and you look, it's just like a normal morph or like a leopard, or the other big one that they always do is just like, it's a banana. And you're looking at it, and if you don't know anything about snakes, you don't know any different. But usually it's either a normal or a banana, something like that. They're way overpriced. They're not kept in a good environment, and they're just not taken care of. And sometimes when they go on sale, you think you're getting a deal. It's because they need to get it gone, or they're really trying to push it out the door because something's wrong with it. And we have experienced that, and we have dealt with people that have had issues from pet store snakes. It's just how it is. I would highly encourage you to go to an expo, or you know, like a reptile show, or like a breeder, a feeder farm, something like that. Normally they're taken care of a lot better. You could even go on Morph Market, not a sponsor, but you know, if you go on Morph Market, don't you start that. Yeah, I seen him getting in that S position. He was starting to coil up there, and he was about ready to strike. So I'm trying to break that because he doesn't need to do that with me. But either way, that's what my suggestion is. Because one, you're going to pay a better price. Two, I know your tail. I know, that's why I'm holding it. Okay? I'm holding your tail, that way, you know, you don't have to do this. So, pet stores, they're good for some things, but to me, live animals, it's just not. It's not what you need to be doing. But I could sit here and talk for days. But this guy, phenomenal, absolutely love him, and I can't wait to just kind of keep him around on the channel for you to be able to see him and see how big he gets and everything else. But love this one. Just not sure of a name. I don't know. Well, you know what? You kind of look like this monster here, white and black. Monster? I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what to name you. But I'm going to go ahead and put him back here. I'm going to put his leaf back where it was. Put his little cork bark there. When we brought him home, I wanted to do just a very basic setup for right now, because I wanted to make sure that he was going to remain healthy and taken care of, and make sure he's all the way over here. And make sure that there's nothing wrong with him without doing a whole big enclosure setup, because he is still a baby. I don't want to stress him out too much to where he's got too much room, basically. But Colubras like that, black and white, man, $50 too. Like, you just can't pass something like that up. I mean, I would have spent more on them, but sometimes that's how it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and put his enclosure back. That way he's got some more heat. You can see the cord from his heat mat right here. This is his hot side, this is his cold side. He's got a water bowl, 3 leaves, a hide, cork bark, probably about 1.5 inches of aspen so he can dig and bury himself, and now he's just hanging out there. But you wanna say bye? No? Okay. But other than that, thanks for tuning in. If you have a suggestion for a name for this guy, let me know. As of now, I believe he's a boy because I bought him as a boy. He's still too young to really tell. So maybe in a month or so, I'll pop him and see if I can tell the gender that way. And if I can't, I'll just probe him and see. That sounds bad if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll probe him. But there is a technique to tell the gender of snakes by probing in their tail. So I'll do that if I have to as well to tell the gender. And as of now, I'm saying he's a boy. But I don't know that. I don't know that for 100%. But he's a keeper. So let me know in the comments what you want to see, what you want to hear about, if you have any questions. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. What's up?